Hi everybody, my name's Paul Murphy and I've got a passion for hats. I've been very busy recently getting all my bits and pieces up together to start making hats, and I've been thinking about whether I go down the route of using the Passion for Hats logo and brand, but the Passion for Hats was really started to share the interest in hats and both the renovations, the passing on of information to the greater community. So I really want to sort of keep that going. So I've decided to move forward with using the same sort of approach that many other companies do, which is using the founder's name as the company name. So I'm going to go forward and create a hat company, PJ Murphy and Son. And Son is Maximilian is my son, and he's currently working full-time, but will help with me in the hat making business, probably modeling the hats more than anything else, but anyway, it's a start. So what I thought today was I'd talk a bit about what's been going on this last week. So I've had a delivery from Fepsa. Fepsa's the supplier of felts that I use in Portugal, which I must admit, having tried a few felts from the UK suppliers, Fepsa is quite likely to be the best in the world. And this is how they turn up. So this has got about 20 hat felts in. It's a single box. I've just actually ordered another 30 or 40 felts, which will no doubt turn up next week or the week after. So I'll have about 100 hats in stock shortly. So I've got a lot of work to do there. But they turn up like this, and then inside what we've got is quite simply a plastic bag full of hat felts. So let's just get them out and show you quickly what's happening in here. So in here, what I'm really, really grateful for is that I get the felts are stacked, and then on each of the felts there's actually a tag. Now that tag has actually got all the specification of the felt, whether it's a heavyweight, a lightweight, and actually down to the grams of the weights, what colour it is, what crown size, whether it's been pounced or not pounced and therefore finished, or whether I have to do some more work for it. And this particular one, for instance, is 5% beaver and 95% rabbit felt, and it's a really, really soft. It feels like a Borsellino. If any of you've got a Borsellino hat, the Italian hats are just stunning, and it's more like that feel. So what do we do from there? Well, this is one of the felts that turned up prior, and it's a lovely green colour, and this one's a 100% rabbit felt. So I've been working on taking them from this and turning them into this, which is a finished fedora with a beautiful lining in it, leather sweatbands. This one I've got a beige coloured bow in the back there, and I'm just working on finishing my logo and actually doing the insert sublimation or finish with the logo to go inside the hats. I've got the boxes and just going to get some stickers and things made. So I'm almost there to start adding them to my website, which is being created at the moment. But what I've got then is I'm going from that to that. And let me just show you some of the hats I've worked on this week. So we've got, this is an interesting one. So I had a felt come in the Western felts, which I ended up making this beautiful, well, I think it's beautiful anyway, fedora. It's got a high crown at the front there. It's about 12 centimeters. Normally you'd expect about 10 centimeters. I think this one's about 10 centimeters. And then it's got about a 3-inch brim, and it's got a quite unusual but very nice sort of relief on the band here. I wanted something a little bit more modern and different. And then inside, I've got a beige coloured leather sweatband, and again the sort of my colour for my logo at the moment is browny goldy colour, so that's why I've chosen that colour inside. So this is of the Western weight rabbit fur. And what I did also is make a similar hat in wool. So this is a wool felt hat with the same grosgrain finish here, and it's not quite as high in the front of the fedora there, and I've shaped it slightly different there. But to give it some stiffness, I've actually had to spray it with stiffener, and this PU stiffener, which is a sort of modern way of stiffening rather than using the shellac, does seem to leave a very small amount of finish on the hat. And the difference between the wool and the rabbit fur is really pretty huge. I mean, I don't know if you can see, I know you can see the colour difference there, but the wool is very much itchy, and I have to say that on a personal level, I get a reaction to the wool if I'm wearing it for too long on my head. And the rabbit fur, no problem at all. So that's a much finer fur, and of course rabbit is a lot more water repellent than wool, which unfortunately, if it gets wet, tends to lose quite a bit of its shape. So when you're looking at buying a hat, whilst a wool hat can be a nice hat, keep you nice and warm, if you wear it out in the wet, it's a bit of a different ball game. But you pay more for a rabbit hat. So this one is probably going to be around £300, £275, something like that. Whereas this one is more like 100, 125. So that's the sort of key differences. But those two are ready for my son to do some modelling, and we can get those up on the site now and take orders for them. But this is something that I have just started with, and it's a more of a modern take on a fedora. And as you can see here, we've got a sort of 10 centimetre front of the crown dipping down at the back. We've got a large brim, nearly 4 inches when you unfold the actual curl. I bought a new curling iron from Guy Morse, Guy Morse Brown, the suppliers here in the UK recently, and this was the hat that I sort of tried it out on, and I'm really quite pleased with the results. So you can see it very easily, but I've actually used some green material here, which with a frayed edge on it, and then created this leather band to go around and put this sort of plumage of a feather in the side, and I think that looks really quite nice. It is wool, and it feels quite rough to the touch. Inside, I haven't put the hat liner in yet because I haven't made it yet, but certainly the hat sweatband is in there. So this, I'm hoping that we can pull a range together of this style, because what I'm aiming to do with PJ Murphy and Sons is to create a brand that has two target markets really. One is the sort of successful younger person who's looking for, whether it's this style, more of a relaxed look, if you like, with hats, more like the hat I'm wearing, for instance, with the brim up, and a much more informal. And then for those people that are more my age, I mean, I'm 65 next month, so for me it's more of a formal approach if I'm going out with the family or I'm going out on a business trip or something, and that's where hats such as this comes in play. And this, along with a nice matching colour scarf for the winter and an overcoat, absolutely superb look, and it just makes you feel good, you know. You get a good hat, and it keeps you warm, along with what else you're wearing is, and it just complements it. It's a really good feeling. So I hope you like the update. I'm going to start making some more hats with these felts over the weekend, and very soon we'll have a website going, and I'll share it with you, and hopefully one or two of you might even want me to make a hat. If you've got a passion for hats, keep watching the channel. Thank you very much. Cheers. Bye.